The Belmont Derby, of course, is the headliner of the Stars and Stripes Racing Festival from Belmont Park, along with, of course, other great races on this 4th of July holiday weekend. Drew a field of 15. Let's quickly get into the post positions for this Grade 1 race, 1.25 miles, $1 million over the Belmont turf at Elmont, New York. The Belmont Derby, of course, is now really starting to become a marquee event, and it's got some interesting characters in it for the 2019 edition. Coming out of post number 1 is a stakes winner in his last start, Moon Colony, at 12-1. Number 2, and he's at 12-1. Number 2 is Standard Deviation, Son of Curlin, out of Chad Brown's barn, was on the Triple Crown Trail. Partially, he ran in all the big races, the Breeders' Futurity, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, did not run particularly well, was beaten by Global Campaign in the conditions race, and then he was taken off the Triple Crown Trail, and he's switched to the turf, winner of the Tail of the Cat Stakes on June the 1st, a month prior to this Belmont Derby at Monmouth. Standard Deviation is 15-1 for Chad Brown out of post 2. Seismic Wave, the runner-up in the local prep, the Pennine Ridge, at 1.8 miles. Really ran a very, very nice race in there. He's 5-1 for trainer Bill Mott out of post number 3. Number 4 is 50-1 for Graham Motion, English B. Number 5 is a very interesting entry. You may know his name from winning the UAE Derby that qualified him for the Kentucky Derby, where he ran 8th there. Plus Que Parfait for Brendan Walsh. Now he's switching to the lawn. He's at 15-1. He's going to certainly be a horse speed we're going to take a look at. Number 6 is a proven commodity, is a 2-year-old on the turf, Henley's Joy. Did not run as well in finishing 4th in the Pennine Ridge, but will the added distance for trainer Mike, the Mike Maker trainee, suit him, or is he a horse that really is really up against it and maybe biting off a little more than he can chew going that distance of ground? He's in the number 6 hole at 12-1. Master Fencer, 5th in the Kentucky Derby on the off, going from Japan. 6th in the Belmont Stakes. Has, run, he's been somewhat competitive, but he's a dead closer. He's definitely going to get some pace to run at. He's coming out of number 7. He's 12-1. Social Paranoia for Todd Pletcher is 8-1, coming out of post 8. He's a horse that people are interested in. Number 9 is, of course, the 4th place finisher in the French Derby from out of the powerful Aidan O Brien barn, Cape of Good Hope. He's 10-1. He ran 4th in the French Derby. He was 2nd in the Darrowstown Derby Stud Trial. He was 4th in the French Derby, and he was the winner of the Blue Ribbon Stakes at Epsom on the undercard of the Epsom Derby, or in and around the Epsom meet. And then he did not run after the French Derby so well at Ascot a couple weeks ago. He's coming in off a short turnaround, off a 10th place finish in the Hampton Court Stakes. So he's a horse that, you either are going to toss that race, or you're going to say, look, he's going a little bit backwards, and he's coming in off a 2-week turnaround. Not so sure that he's a smart play. And that would be Cape of Good Hope. He is number 9 at 10-1. Spinoff, runner-up in the Louisiana Derby, 18th, 19th in the Kentucky Derby. Did not run as well as everybody would have liked to in the Belmont. I think he was 6th in that race, or 5th or 6th there. He comes in at 15-1 for Pletcher, and so people are really interested in how he'll do on the lawn. Number 11 as BIENHEIM Palace for Aidan O Brien. He's 30-1. DEMARCHELIER, the winner of the Pennine Ridge for Chad Brown, he is at 6-1. He was all out to hold off Seismic Wave, and people are wondering whether, that 1.25 miles. I'm a little skeptical whether he can go 1.25 miles and carry it that far, but he's 6-1. Digital Age, another of the Chad Brown trainees. He's going to probably be the favorite. He's 9-2 on the morning line. Coming out of post 13, not ideal. And then ROCKEMPEROR, another of Brown's trainees, is 8-1 out of 14. And then He's No Lemon comes out of post 15. I think it's a race where, we know what the roles are, what horses like to close, Plus Que Parfait, Master Fencer. In this particular scenario on the turf where they usually get that quickening, you still need to be forwardly placed. You still need to be somewhat within the range, even when the pace quickens up. We may not get a tremendously lively pace in the beginning, so that could still put a compromising burden on some of these horses. So in looking at the picks, I like Cape of Good Hope in one scenario, kind of a little bit of my upset special. He's the number 9. The number 9, the 10, the 3, and the 13 is sort of the upset special. Cape of Good Hope, Spinoff finishing 2nd, the number 3, Seismic Wave 3rd, and then the number 13, Digital Age finishing 4th. 9, 10, 3, 13. And then the trifecta of superfectors, scenario number 3 is Seismic Wave winning it. Number 9, Cape of Good Hope second. Number 10, Spinoff third. And number 5, Plus Que Parfait finishing fourth. The 3, the 9, the 10, the 5. Scenario number 2 is the number 8, Social Paranoia, for Todd Pletcher coming in. Not sure if he can win this race. The number 8, the number 6, Henley's Joy finishing second. The number 12, DEMARCHELIER third. And then the number 3, Seismic Wave finishing fourth. 8, 6, 12, 3. And then my final pick, I'm gonna, I'm not absolutely overwhelmingly enamored with him, but I'm gonna stick with him. He won the American Turf. He wasn't overwhelmingly impressive, but he was workmanlike in winning that race for trainer Chad Brown. I'm gonna stick with Digital Age, number 13, over the number 11, BIENHEIM Palace, and the number 9, that would be Cape of Good Hope finishing third, and then number 1, Moon Colony hitting the board. So a little bit of an oddity there. I think some of these other numbers might work a little bit better with Digital Age, whether it be looking at a horse like Cape of Good Hope, who's actually in this scenario, or looking at his stablemate, one of his stablemates out of these horses, or looking at a horse like, for example, Seismic Wave, who ran really well in the Pennine Ridge. So those are my picks. I'm not sure if that's really the best assessment that I've put forth to you viewers in terms of handicapping this Belmont Derby, but that's the field for the 15 horse Belmont Derby at 1.25 miles at Belmont Park, and we'll have a recap of it right here at the CS Racing Report.